Praise to the Lord the Almighty. If you're here in our sanctuary today, you can turn to number 88 in the purple book, The Voices Together, and stand in mind or spirit. And if you're online, you can follow the words that'll be on your screen. Number 88, Praise to the Lord the Almighty. We will sing verse 1, 2, and 4. It's on the second page.
Good morning, and welcome to North Baltimore Mennonite Church. I got a call to worship in a second. If I can get the slide. It's okay. Okay, before we go through the call to worship, I just want to do a quick explanation of the black pot at the back of the sanctuary. I'm not going to read off the slide to you because I have spent a lifetime in the classroom telling students not to just read off the slide. I will leave that there for you to read, but I do want to invite anyone here, if at any point during the service, it does not need to be now, or at any particular time, if you want to go and connect with nature in that way, or a little bit of imported nature in that way, you are invited at any point in the service to go and do that and explore that. I think we go on. Do you have a call to worship? All right, here we go. God, this is from 88-81 in Voices Together, although split up to make it more litany-ish. God of cosmos and quarks, God of electricity and enzymes, you created the earth and proclaimed it good. You cradle us in the palm of your hand, supporting us with love. We magnify your name for our creation of all the blessings. Sustain in us a spirit of awe for how you continue to be present in the world, and help us to act with love for all that you have created. Again, I just want to welcome everybody to North Baltimore Mennonite Church today. I want to take this opportunity to draw your attention to the little yellow slip. If you want to take a minute and fill this out somewhere between now and the offering, and then you can drop it in the offering plate when we get to that time in the service. It's just a way for us to connect with you, and we like it when you do that. It also makes it easier for us to keep track of who has been here today, which is helpful on a lot of counts. I'm excited about church today, and I'm glad that you are here. And I'm glad to be here with you. I am also an absolute ham, and so when I was, as the worship leader, given the opportunity to assign readings for the week, and I saw that there was a poem, I claimed it. So if you will, so together I'm going to read for us When I Am Among the Trees by Mary Oliver. When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me, the trees stir in their leaves and call out, "Stay a while." The light flows from their branches, and they call again, "It's simple," they say. And you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light and to shine.
Oh, for 1,000 tongues to sing my great Redeemer's praise. It's number 78 in your hymnal. If you would please stand, it's number 78, or for 1,000 tongues. And we sing to you, O God. It's number 80. It has a descant in it for those high voices that want to do that with me. I'm looking at a few of you if you're interested. Just come along. We won't get all the notes, it's totally okay, but it'll be super fun. You might know this hymn. It's Christ is Our Cornerstone. It's also the same hymn tune is number 4 in our hymnal. But we're going to sing number 80 with these new words.
All right, we're going to move into what I have now heard described as the most and least loved part of the service. So let's say this is the part of the service about which we are the most passionate. This is the connection question. We're going to take 3 minutes and reflect with a neighbor, just kind of used as a starting point of conversation. The question, where do you experience beauty in the world? The timer is going to stay on the screen so that we can keep moving things along, and when it hits 0, we will come back together and move on to the next part of our service. So where do you experience beauty in the world?
Creating God, your fingers trace the bold designs of farthest space. Let sun and moon and stars and light and what lies hidden praise your might. Number 427 in your hymn book, number 427. Let's sing it through in unison, or let's sing the melody together for the first verse. And on the second verse, I invite you to add the parts by some humming. And then by the third and fourth verse, just sing the parts fully. Number 427, would you please stand?
Oh,
God, you gave us birth. It's just one page back, number 426. Mothering God, you gave me birth, 426.
I have a question for you. If you went to school without any pencils or pens or paper, would you still be able to learn? The answer is you could still go to school, but it would be more difficult to learn. We are excited this year. We will again be collecting school kits for the Mennonite Central Committee, MCC. These kits will be sent to children all around the world. Some families live on very little money and cannot buy school supplies. Other families have been forced to flee their homes and don't have these supplies. The notebooks and pencils are treasures for families such as these. They are a message of God's love. Without these items, many kids can't get a good education. Here's a short video that shows how much the school kits are appreciated by those who receive them.
This color is my favorite. Even I like it, how it is. This is for mathematics, science, English, social study. I'm going to roll for mathematics, coloring, pencil, pens. These people which are giving us this thing are winning our parents. Like getting these books, pen, pencil, even the colors to us is the best. Now we are invited many people. If they see us moving with this thing, maybe they will say let me go to school. Like the mothers, our mothers, get the money to bring us to school here. But the money you're buying it to be this for like getting this money is this like. So they help us with this thing, we use them. Like if they could not be there, we could have not come to school. I put it like this. This is how I put it. So we are very happy and we are thanking God. Then may God bless those people who can bring us the goods. This color is
The bulletin insert gives a list of supplies that make up each school kit. They should be new items only. MCC has provided 100 bags. They are here in the front. Pick up as many as you need and fill them with the school kit supplies. Or if you choose, just buy the items for the school kits. On the last collection Sunday, we will put them in the bags after the service. On the Sundays of August 3rd, 10th, and 17th, and 24th. There will be time during each service to bring the filled bags of school kit items to the front of the church. On August 24th, we will announce the end of the school kit collection. We will also have a time after that service to put together school kits. Our goal is to fill all 100 of the bags. The kits will then be taken to MCC offices in Pennsylvania. Please be generous. Thank you.
And if you are a child aged 3 to 11, and Asher and Nora, you can go downstairs.
Psalm 19, verses 1 through 6, and the version I'm reading is from the Common English Bible. Heaven is declaring God's glory. The sky is proclaiming their handiwork. One day gushes the news to the next, and one night informs another what needs to be known. Of course, there's no speech, no words, and their voices can't be heard. But their sound extends throughout the world. Their words reach the ends of the earth. God has made a tent in heaven for the sun. The sun is like a groom coming out of his honeymoon suite. Like a warrior, it thrills at running its course. It rises in one end of the sky. Its circuit is complete at the other. Nothing escapes its heat.
We aren't escaping the heat either. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, the joke had to be made. The heavens declare the glory of God. Oh, if I had wings of a dove, I would fly away and be at rest. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. As the deer pants for the water, my soul pants for you. The wolf will live with the lamb. The leopard will lie down with the goat. The calf and the lion and the yearling together, and a little child will lead them. The trees of the field will clap their hands as you go out with joy. When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. Those who trust in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. Ask the animals, they will teach you, and the birds of the air, they will tell you. See how the flowers of the field grow. They do not labor or spin. If they were silent, the stones would cry out. Then the angel showed me a river of the water of life, as clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God. Now, all of these are from the Bible, and they all mention the thing that we'll be talking about today, nature. We have started this series about spiritual temperaments, and I think you can guess. We're delving into the world of the naturalist. The great outdoors has often been described as God's cathedral, which is separate from the buildings created by man. The vast majority of folks in the Western world are no longer agrarians or nomads. We live in a world of technology, And many of us spend a good amount of time in front of the computer and are stuck in the ambience of fluorescent lighting and muted paint tones. I remember my first cubicle. It faced a wall, covered in a drab shade of beige. I was so excited when I switched apartments and could see outside through my boss's open door to his window. That little piece of light made me feel more human. And for some of us, it's not just the lack of vitamin D from being stuck inside that affects our mood and our physical well-beings. Not being connected to nature severs the naturalist's connection with God. Our very Bible begins with the story that is set in a garden of delights. Humans walked with God in the cool of the evening in the garden. To be with God in nature is natural. From the beginning, we were called to be stewards of the earth, and we are best stewards when we can spend time appreciating it. Now, I wouldn't claim that I'm merely a naturalist. I have experienced various God moments outdoors, whether by sitting by a body of water. I just spoke with Maxwell, and we're both into water. It's where we like to be in nature. Hiking in a forest, or gardening. My favorite place to meet God in my mind is under my favorite tree on a bench. There is something about being unplugged and surrounded by beauty that helps me slow down and listen. There are wonders to behold and marvel at. I like to call this the practice of beholding. You'll be able to tell from my stories that I share this morning that my spiritual temperaments combine, and music becomes my response to nature much of the time. If that isn't your experience, that's fine. It just so happens that that's what happens to me. With spiritual practices, we open ourselves up to hear what God may have to tell us. And nature is a place we can go to open ourselves up to that. So nature has always been a place of solace for me. I was pretty much an only child. My only sibling is 13 years older than I am. I have grown nephews that are in their late 20s. In fact, we're going to a wedding in a few weeks. So I spent a lot of time alone. And even in hot, muggy South Carolina, my favorite place to be was outside. I liked climbing trees, making potions and mud pies, and riding my bike. Sometimes I would climb the maple in our backyard and sing songs from church. It was beautiful and peaceful up there in the green leaves dappled with light. And then when I was 12, my family moved to a new home that backed up to some woods. These were not climbing trees, but taller, and the area was more forested and wild. After wiping out on my bike in the very hilly new neighborhood, I started tromping around in the woods instead for fun. It was delightful and exhilarating and a little bit scary because there was no trail and it kind of went straight downhill. But the crunch leaves under my feet and the sound of rushing water in the distance made it feel exhilarating. I had no idea what I might find at the bottom of this hill. And as I would walk, top contemporary Christian music songs would sometimes come to mind. Now you have to understand, this is what my family listened to constantly, CCM. The top, we had the top, on the weekends, we had like the top 20 contemporary Christian music songs, and so they were all in here. But one of the particular songs that would strike me as I was walking through the forest was a song called Beautiful Place. And the line is, sometimes a rough and a rocky road will lead you to a beautiful place. The parallels to hiking down the treacherous hill and my life at age 12 could not be denied. Middle school is a hard time for many, and I was not the exception. Bullying and academic challenges had bottomed out my self-confidence. Later that same year, my church would split into 2 congregations, leaving me behind as the only middle school youth member in the church my parents belonged to. But when I was in the woods, I was in my special place with God, where I was accepted and loved. God and nature would continue to show up for me. In my senior year of college, faced with a lot of decisions, not limited to a certain person I was dating, I drove down to the rushing river near the zoo's entrance because I needed to sense something. I needed to sense God's presence. I needed to have that tangible connection. And through a song, of course, and the river's power, I knew that things were going to be okay. I also locked my keys out of the car. It can be hard at times to see God, but in the literal depths, God was there for me. The majesty and wonder of God's creation points to the majesty and wonder of God. Sometimes God feels too big to fathom, but seeing a snow-capped mountain or hearing the roaring waves of the ocean gives us something concrete to dwell on. Not that we're meant to worship creation, but the awe and wonder we feel when experiencing it is a taste of the divine. And not only can we experience God's presence in nature, but sometimes being in nature is a teaching time. Jesus went into the wilderness for 40 days where he was tempted. That's not the only thing that happened. God was also preparing him for ministry. Elijah ran away to the desert after the prophets of Baal were defeated. God came and fed him and spoke truth when Elijah was ready to hear it. The children of Israel wandered in the wilderness for 40 days due to their disobedience, and they had the cloud by day and fire by night. David was called to be king after working as a shepherd in the fields. Jesus called his disciples as followers near the Sea of Galilee, where many of them worked as fishermen. And then they lived outside, mostly for 3 years. They walked and camped around Israel and Palestine, preaching, teaching, and healing. These are not indoor stories. Nature informs them. They are wild. And Jesus talked a lot about nature in the Gospels. I grab time in creation when I can these days. Though I have to admit, like I said in the beginning, the summer heat is a deterrent. Nowadays, my nature time comes in the form of walking around my neighborhood, usually with a dog, or gardening, with a few other special excursions. Sometimes I even thank the bees and the butterflies for pollinating my plants. But when I'm gardening, the passages about the weeds and pruning often come to mind. Matthew 13 features the parable of the sower, and John 15 talks about pruning the vines. Sometimes I think how there are things in my own life that need to be dug around and plucked out, just like the weeds that I'm yanking. Other times, the ground is not soft enough, or I don't have the right tools for the tough stuff to be ready to come out. I have to save that weeding for another time, just like we have to wait until we're ready for the tough stuff in our souls that's stuck to come out. When I have these revelations while I'm gardening, I get why monasteries often had monks out tending the gardens. God speaks through weeds and also through the beautiful flowers and luscious fruit and veggies. So, in the next few weeks, we'll be exploring all of the other temperaments, but I especially wonder about climate activism. I wonder if those of us in here who would consider ourselves to be naturalists are committed to radical creation care and climate activism. I would love to explore any of your thoughts during the sermon response time on that. I also want to know what your response to nature is. Is it a yearning? Is it a sense of wonder? Are you taught something? Does it feel like peace? Something else? Do you pray? Do you bask? Are there not words to describe it? And there are many ways today to respond to nature. After the sermon, there will be some slides on the slideshow. We're going to spend about, Andrea, if you can spend about like 15 seconds on each slide when we get there, that would be great. And I just want you to look at the pictures and see if there's anything that just speaks to your heart. And then after the service, we're going to go on a church picnic. I can't say to you that we didn't plan this sermon on this day on purpose. But at our picnic, Toby will be leading a bird watching group if anybody would like to join. There's also various hiking paths that you can explore. Or, you don't have to be so physically active outdoors. You can lay under a tree and ask God just to speak to you through the leaves in the sky. You may be surprised.